we're live. Here we go. So we are going to talk about sequences. Diciembre 8. Sequence, just a list of numbers in order. And the example I gave you was, let's see, what did I have? 3, 7, 11, 15, ... Okay, that's a sequence. That's all it is. Sequence is just a list of numbers in order. That's not too bad, is it? Okay? Just a list of numbers in order. That's a sequence. And we saw that, I think, in integrated one, algebra we did, but you might have forgotten. It's easy. Now, example 1, we have a formula. And the formula is going to allow us to make a sequence. So what we do is we're going to plug in always. We're always going to plug in 1, we're going to plug in 2, plug in 3, plug in 4. Here's why. We have our first term, second term, third term, fourth term, right? So we plug in 1 to make the first term. You don't plug in 0. You don't have a 0 term. You don't plug in 0. There's no such thing as a 0 term. You plug in 1, right? The first term. You plug in 2. Make the second term. Plug in 3, right? That makes sense. So we always want to let n, the numbers we plug in, be. So n is always this set of numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, ... right? So if I want to create the first 5 terms, we're going to say A1. So I just said A1 because that's my first term would be 3 times 1 plus 1. I'm just plugging my... Are you ready? N is, watch, really easy. N is 1. N is 1, so I put 1 there and there. So I'd make my A1 just represents, it says like this is the first term. A1 says, ta-da, A1, first term is 4.
Plus 1. Oh, okay. Why is the n so small?
It's a subscript number, isn't it? So it goes, so I know my first term is 4. So I know A1 is 4, right? And then the second term would be A2. I'll put my 2 right there. So I'll say, okay, A2. And put my 2 in for n. Put my A2, which is just simply my 3 times 2 plus 1, which is
7.
So my second term is 7. See how this works? A2, A1 is my first term, 4. A2 is my second term, 7. See how this works?
I see how. So
So good.
7 times.
You got it. So then A3
Goes up by 3.
A3 is 3 times 3 plus 1, which is, and then Fernando, you already saw the pattern, didn't you? It's just going up by, yeah.
Mr. Davies, do you have another pizza?
Do what? Oh, yeah, I do. You didn't get one, Leslie? Here.
No, yeah, I did. I just messed up too many times. Sorry.
That's all right.
I don't have a moscow right now.
So A4 is just 3 times 4 plus 1, which is 13. A5, 3 times 5 plus 1 is 16. So what I like to do is list them in order. So I like to just rewrite it, and I would say I'd go 4, comma, 7, 10, 13, 16, right? That's my sequence, right? That's it, man. So there's more coming, but that's not that bad, is it? So I mean, I just created, from this formula created this sequence, right? Right? There's my first term, my second term, third term, fourth term, fifth term, right? Thumbs up? Okay, we're not too bad, right?
What's the tension of it?
No. Okay, so now, example 2 looks harder, but if I have a calculator, it's going to help. Same thing. I'm going to go, okay, A1. How do I make A1? Tell me. Tell me. How do I make A1? How do I make A1? How do I make first term? What do I do?
So A1's.
No, come on.
1 squared.
So 1 squared plus 2 times 1 plus 1, right? Agree? Alright, so 1 squared plus 2 times 1 plus 1 is 4. A2, how do I make A2? Plus 2 in front, so I'm going to go 2 squared plus 2 times 2 plus 1. 4 plus 4 plus 1 is 9, okay? And you can always use a calculator. You can always use a calculator. If you don't want to do the math, you can just go with 2 squared plus 2 times 2 plus 1. I mean, calculators are fine, right? 9, there it is. A3 is the third term, right? So I'm just plugging it in. I'm going 3 squared, put it in for n, plus 2 times 3 plus 1, which is 9, plus 6, plus 1 I think is 16. And again, if you want to use a calculator, it's fine. Plug it into the calculator. There it is, 16, right? A4, 4 squared plus 2 times 4 plus 1, right? Okay, I think that's 25. Okay, 16 plus 8 plus 1, or just use your calculator. I don't care if you use a calculator. Right? 25. Do you see anything special about these numbers? They're squares. They're all squares. So what should be the next one? What do you think is the next one? Well, I've got 4, 9, 16, 25. What's the next number? What do you think is the next number? Well, we can make it if you don't know. A 5 squared.
31, 32.
36 maybe?
That's what I said.
Thank you, Emily.
No, you didn't.
So we have this, in this pattern, we really have 2 squared, 3 squared, 4 squared, 5 squared, 6 squared, right? In this pattern, right? Wait a minute. Wait, come back. Oh, I know who this is. Is this Juana?
No, you come back.
Wait, you might. That is you. Thank you. So, not too bad. Now, on example 3, we're going to make a formula. So, what do you see it's going up by? Okay, example 3. We want example 3 to look like, we want it to look like this. We want it to look like this. Example 3, we want it to look like this, okay? So we want example 3 to look like this. It's going to be an A of n. It's going up by 5s, isn't it? So let's be smart. Let's be smart. Okay? You got to pay attention. Where's your notes?
Oh, pay attention to you.
All right. So look at this. Up by 3, right? You would see up by 3, right? Up by 3. The formula was a 3n, right? Well, this next one is up by 5, isn't it? Up by 5.
Oh, 5n plus 1.
Yo, who said that? Yeah. So I heard 5n plus 1, right? Okay. But I'm actually 5n plus 1, but you're really close.
Plus 2.
Really close. Hey, yo. Okay. Okay, now watch. Guys, pay attention. Okay, pay attention. You plug in 1, what do you get?
5,
6. Doesn't make a 1.
Yeah, you.
But if I go minus 4, let's see what happens.
Oh,
So plug in 1.
why would you do that?
Oh,
You have to make this first term, no check.
Yeah.
You gotta make 1. How are you gonna make 1? I mean, I agree with 5n.
Okay, yeah, minus 4.
So minus 4 give me, now let's try 2. 5 times 2 minus 4, what's that gonna make us?
6.
Hey,
Oh.
let's try in 3.
You're onto something today.
11.
What do you think? If I put in 3, what do I get?
11.
Okay, so what's our formula? 5n minus,
4.
there you go, let's write that down,
You
okay?
have it today.
How'd you get that
Okay,
first
then
try?
plus.
All right. So 5n minus 4 makes that formula, right? 5n minus 4. Okay? All right. Now, before I turn the page, this is called a sequence because it's just this. We can also add them up. We can also add, we got formulas for that too. We can also go 4 plus 9 plus 16 plus 25 plus 36 and get an answer. We can also go 4 plus 7 plus 10 plus 13 plus 16 and get an answer. That's called, names are important to me, but that's called a series. Sequence is to list them. Series means add them all up, okay? So turn the page. Turn the page. Okay, so then, okay, so series is finding the sum. So it says find the sum of example number 1. So let's go back. And example 1, I'd have to really just change it to 4 plus 7 plus 11 plus, no, 10 plus 13, 16, 10 plus 13 plus 16. Okay, that's what I have. 4 plus 7 plus 10 plus 13 plus 16. Okay, so the question says find the sum of example 1. So the sum would be to take a look at example 1 and add them all up. Well, we could do that. So what I could do is this. I could go 4 plus 7 plus 10 plus 13 plus 16. So the sum is 50. Okay, so that's the difference between a sequence and a series. This is a series. It's a list of numbers that we add. Series is just a list of numbers that we add. A sequence is just the list of numbers. Easy, okay? Now, this weird symbol here, don't let that freak you out. When you see this symbol, it represents this thing called summation. It is the Greek letter sigma, but you don't need to worry about that. But when you see this symbol, and I want you to write this down. When you see that symbol, I want you to write this down. Add them up. Okay? That's what sum means. Sum means add them up. Okay? You see that symbol, sigma, you add them up. Okay? So you see that symbol, and what we're going to do is add. Okay? Now, well, in example 1, what are we going to add? Well, we got to make it, right? So I need to make the first 5. So I start with 1. And I plug in 1, I'll plug in 2, I'll plug in 3, I'll plug in 4, up to 5. So I'm going to make 5 terms, and then I'm going to add them up. Okay, I'll say it again. This means add them up. Add what up? Well, we got to make it. Plug in 1, plug in 2, plug in 3, plug in 4, plug in 5. Add them up. That's why having a calculator is helpful, right? So let's make the first 5 terms and then add them up. So we'll go, all right, A1, I know A1 is 3 times 1 plus 2, which is 5. 3 times 2 plus 2, which is 6 plus 2 is 8. 3 times 3 plus 2 is 11. 3 times 4 plus 2 is 14. 3 times 5 plus 2 is 17. So now, I'm going to add them all up. Did you get 55 already? Okay.
Yeah.
Alonzo says 55, I believe, okay? So the answer is 55, okay? So you just go this plus this plus this plus this plus this. This symbol means add them all up. We did. Okay, this symbol means add them all up. We did. Okay, thumbs up. That's not too bad, is it? Okay. Okay, now, there are some times you need a formula. And I'll show you sometimes why you need a formula. Because if I do example 5, But plug in 1 to 20. 1 squared is 1. 2 squared is 4. 3 squared is 9. So I'm going to have to add 1 plus 4 plus 9 plus 16 plus 25 plus 36 plus, and I've got to add them all the way up to which is 400. So you're going to have 20 numbers, and you can do this. If you don't want to learn the formula, you can make all 20 of them, and you can add it right there. Wouldn't it be nice to make a formula? We do. We've got a formula. In fact, the formula's right there. If it's something squared, you take n, which is 20. This formula only works. Only works for something squared. Only, okay? But I'm going to take 20, because that's my n. 20 here, 20 here, 20 here, and I'm going to get the answer faster than if I were to make all of those and add them up, okay? You can. If you really don't want to learn the formula and you want to just add 1 plus 4 plus 9 plus 16 plus 25, say, oh my God, terrible, right? Let's use the formula. So n is the last number, okay? This is n. So let's write ourselves some notes so you can see this. So this is my n, okay? That's my n right there. And what I'm hypothetically going to be doing is 1, but we're not going to do this, 4 plus 9 plus 16 plus 25 plus dot, 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 dot to 400, okay? Now, I don't want to do it that way. I do not want to do it that way. I can, but I'd rather just go and use my formula and go 20 times 20 plus 1. 2 times 20 plus 1 over 6. Alonzo, I don't know the answer, but we'll do it and we'll see if you're right. Okay? So, instead of doing this would be a pain, right? You got to make up all 20 of them. Much easier just to plug this number into my formula, which I did. Here's my 20, right? And then let your calculator do the work. Formulas are great, aren't they? So I'm just going to take my calculator, and I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go 20 times 20 plus 1 times 2 times 20 plus 1 divided by 6. Yeah, Alonzo, is that what you got? Isn't that easier? And we're going to learn several formulas this week that will make this so much easier. So the formulas are really important that we learn them because there's the long way to do it. Every now and then, 36 years of teaching, I find a kid that just will not learn the formulas. They don't write them down. They got to do it the long way. What a pain, right? Use the formulas if they're there, okay? So, homework. And I want you to do the homework for towers. I want you to do page 199. There's only 7 problems. Only problem, we have 199. We're going to do 1 through 7 all, okay? So let's get our book out and let's do this. No, I think you guys will find this chapter is not too bad. As long as you